shooters, loaders, and casters. Welcome to the Georgia Shooting Connection Friday night live stream. We're a little light in the panel this evening. Mama, Dad, how was your week?
Uh, Uneventful, except for getting the tree down I was telling you about.
That's
Got
a
the
good
tree off
thing.
the house. That was a good thing.
Absolutely. Rebel, how was your week?
Uh, wasn't real busy. Kind of slow, business wise. Been hot. It's tough to work up an appetite toward the end of the day. Um, I'm just soon slice up a mater and salt and pepper, and that be supper. And they're just starting to hit. So, good thing. How about you, Dr. Zink?
Dr. Zink's week was just like every other week, too long.
I
Until I
hear you.
get home. Until I get home from work, then I have fun. So we've just been working on some ladder loads for the Rossi and the Dan Wesson. They got them all loaded up. Just two different bowls, but ladder loads to find out where the nodes are and stuff, and gonna finalize the loads for those two bullets, and just waiting for the weather to shoot. We've been all over the place. The low in the middle of the day was like 88. The high was 97, and that's without inflated temperatures. Those actual temperatures. On and off rain. That's what's holding me up on Sunday is to go shooting. Is storms on and off all day. So oh well.
I
Back
get
to
it, man.
Jamie.
There's Kyle. How was your week, Kyle? Hey, Kyle.
What's up?
How was your week, buddy?
No, it's good. Just been on the phone with Verizon for the last hour, trying to get certain things figured out.
Well, good luck with that.
Uh,
So,
yeah, well, I got a new phone going to be here on Tuesday, so
Another 2 years in debt.
maybe this piece of junk will charge. Yeah, I'm tired of throwing it across the house because that's not working. You know, whatever.
What kind of phone you got there?
iPhone 12 or something.
Yeah, they're
I don't know.
only made to be charged so many times, and Apple wants you to buy a new one.
If
Well,
you
I
take
mean,
it to
I've got a one of these magnetic chargers, with the case and all that crap. But hell, it depletes the charge instead of charging it. I don't know, but
Hmm.
I'm not getting sucked into a new contract or anything like that, and they're sending me a new phone. So we'll see
tell
how
me,
long
Rick.
49% will last, because it won't go any more than that piece of junk. Uh, anyway, where are we?
We're just going through the room.
Oh, hi.
Hope you had a good week. Are you through venting? We'll move on.
Carry on, my wayward son.
Rich B said, "Did you get a person speaking English at Verizon?"
Eventually.
They will tell you, "Hey, Dwayne 7834," and I don't know why my comments are coming up Georgia Shooting Connection instead of JH586. That's just, I'm not real happy with this computer. But anyway, so we hope all you guys out in the side chat had a good week. We're going to kind of wrap up the lever action thing tonight, and you guys in the panel and the side chat. How would y'all feel about us doing the same thing with revolvers?
Ooh wee. Uh,
That's
well,
going
if
to be
you
a long
dig
pathway.
that, yeah, you talking about Colt and Smith and Wesson, and we could. I mean, you got to remember that goes up till now, which technically the lever does too, but not near as extensively. You're gonna have to break that down somehow.
Well, I mean, the same old premise stands. Uh, we're talking about 100 years of evolution. It's the same thing. It's just different. Same book, different chapter.
Yeah, you get
And you could skip over some of the more inconsequential models. I mean,
No, what I'm saying is, it's been a wonderful journey on the lever guns. It could be the same thing on revolvers.
oh yeah, yeah, sure.
That's what I'm saying about same book, different chapter.
You can always take it and do rival. You know,
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know y'all were live when I come on and started venting. My bad.
you can always do what the biggest rivalries were. You know, the Smiths
uh,
versus the Colts, especially in the Magnums.
Glenn Davis. Heck yeah,
There,
revolvers.
there was a whole lot of single actions came out of the 19th century that didn't make it to the 20th.
That's true.
Well, we'll take that under advisement. See what we come up with.
I'm nowhere near in depth the way that Walter is. Uh, as far as me and revolvers go, I'm looking at 38, 357, 44 mag. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't
Walter,
think we could
Walter's
No, I
go.
into
was
all
looking
these
at
weird things.
I
I
was
don't
looking at more
own.
like Colt Smith.
We'll get into some of the other more obscure stuff too, but I don't think we could do it the way Walks is talking about here. Every single model and the years they were produced, and yeah, we could go on for eternity.
Yeah, it would take a minute. Pardon my dogs.
All right, let's back
What
into some.
considers
This is a
consider
good
the
question
greatest revolver there
from
is?
Rich B. All right, let's remember there's 4 or 5 of us on here, and it's going to get more crowded. So let's be careful about uh, talking over each other. Nobody can hear us when we do that. Um, Rich B. So I'm going to get both eventually, but which one first? 41 Magnum or 45 Colt? Just to have and to shoot for fun.
45 Colt.
That's what I would say.
Yep.
Uh, because it's the stuff is more easily available.
And it's just fun to shoot.
41 Magnum's fun to shoot too, but it's harder to get brass and molds. Mr. CW Longshot, how are you this evening and how was your week, my brother?
Hello, everybody. I'm still stuffing my face.
It's okay.
It was a
Me
busy,
too.
busy day.
So he had a great week, y'all. Anytime we're still stuffing our face, that's a good one.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
Edward Petty says revolvers would make a good. Yeah, Charter Arms. I'm looking at one of those walks. They've got a 357 Magnum called the Professional. It's a deep blue finish. It's got peach barrel and walnut grips, stocks. So it sounds like some of y'all are really interested in that.
I love revolvers. I love lever guns too, but I
Kyle,
really love bolt action.
we love everything.
True.
Yes, 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 exactly. We love everything.
Right.
Only like to go bang, huh?
Yep.
Let's see what we got here.
Glenn Davis answered the question too for Rich. 45 Colt.
Yep. I mean, there's so many. If you're a caster, there's so many molds that you can use in that. In addition to 45 auto or a 454 Cazoo. Of course, those are different, um, there's so many things that you can play with a 45 Colt. You're looking at. Would you be quiet? Jesus. You're, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're looking at lighter weight bullets, and you can play with the velocities and all that stuff. You don't want to go stupid fast, uh, but I have seen people that did go stupid fast. But there's a lot of room to play with. It's a very versatile caliber, and it's just really fun to play with. I'm sure the 41 is too, but like Jamie was saying, um, the some of the components are harder to find.
Well,
You know,
410 grain, um, not, I'm sorry, 210 grain, uh, 41 bullets aren't exactly dripping off the shelf. I mean, I'm sure you can find them, but um, they're harder to find for sure.
I make your own.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't remember what I was casting. It was somewhere around there, 178 to 215 or something like that. Yeah.
Right.
170s are the light ones, and 210s are the standard ones, and you can get them 240 and 260, but that's getting heavy in 41.
There's Mr. Chico Wise is in the house. Great to see Chico out there today.
No Ricky tonight.
Not yet.
No Viejo either, huh?
Nope.
Mike is fashionably late, I'm sure.
Uh,
And where's our 9 o'clock brother? Did he
he
text
had
you?
he can't make it tonight, and Walter said he couldn't make it either.
Oh,
Y'all be praying for Dean and his family. Apparently, they've had a death in their family.
Oh
Gene.
Lord.
Gene has.
Yeah, Gene. Reloading from the hot pot.
That's too bad. I don't hear that at all.
Damn. Hate to hear that.
That's the question of the night right there, Rollis. Of all the stuff they eat, dead stuff off the side of the road. Not only will they eat it, but wallow it, and then won't take their flea pill.
You gotta get the
That's
flea.
where cheese comes in. You have to pay the cheese tax.
Or maybe peanut butter. I heard dogs like peanut butter.
Oh, dogs love peanut butter. Isn't that right, baby girl? Mm-hmm.
I get my glasses so I can read something.
So the main thing we wanted to bring up and see if y'all would be interested in us covering revolvers like we did the lever action. So from what I'm seeing, that's there's some interest in that. So we'll talk to Walter during the week, see if maybe he might want to lead us in that pursuit. We want to talk about your pistol caliber lever actions tonight. Which ones do you have? Yeah, I get it, Rollins. He eats around the treat part. Like he would lick the peanut butter off the pill and leave the pill. And
Well, Jamie, you know me. When it comes to pistol caliber lever guns, I'm partial to 44 special and 44 mag.
well, Andy's got something to add to that here in a minute.
Okay.
Let's see. I have the I have the Rossi and 38 357, and I have the Ruger made Marlin and 44 mag. And you can shoot 44 specials, of course. There's chessboard out there too, and we'll go through the chat here in about 11 minutes. I know you've got a Henry, right, Kyle?
Yeah, sure.
You got the Henry 44.
Yeah,
We need to get them out, take both of ours, and compare them.
we can do that.
Yeah,
I'm off Wednesday and Thursday.
I'm not. I'm
Well,
off Saturday and Sunday.
I get off at 2:30, so we can make it happen.
Yeah, we could probably do that.
Of course, here in Georgia, it's going to be hotter than Satan's anus. Good Lord, it's been hot.
West Covina settled down into 458. That's pretty cool.
Is my dehydrator too loud? Do I need to move my laptop?
No.
No.
Chico has 22 long rifle. That's a Henry. I've shot it. The 38 357. I think that's a Rossi, and the 45 Colt's a Rossi.
Jamie, you know what I got. You
Tell
gawked
us.
over. You gawked over more than I did in the last month. Um, I've got a 22 39A Marlin, two of them. I've got 4570 original JW Marlin. I've got a 44 mag original JW Marlin. I've got a Winchester 94 angle eject. I've got a Rossi 45 Colt. I'm not sure how old that thing is. It's pre-safety, thank God. And I think that's it.
There's Texas 6. What's happening, bud?
Oh man, so much. I had a lot of errands I had to run today and got behind. Just now finished up supper.
I know how that feels.
How's everybody doing?
Pretty good. How you?
I was like CW. I was outside and I had to come in. Skeeters are getting too happy out there.
All right, let's back up. So far, I think the prize winner is Walks. 44 Winchester Centerfire and 38 Winchester Centerfire, the originals. I'm assuming those are Winchesters. What model are they, Walks?
Like, how do I get out of this screen? nice.
Walk says nothing like living near the beach. Glenn's just got the 4570. All right, Dr. Zink, tell us about yours and tell us about your proclamation you made for before we went live. This is going to be interesting for some folks.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I have the Rossi 92 stainless steel 20-inch 38 357, and I have the Dan Wesson 357 38, and I'm decided that I am no longer going to be reloading 38 bullets for those two items because I don't want to deal with the carbon rings. So I'm recalibrating everything, working up loads for just two different bullets at this point, but they're both zinc. One's 170 grain semi-wad cutter, and zinc it's 103 grains or 104 grains, and then 158 grain type 3 wad cutter, which shoots lights out for me out of the 38 shells. And zinc, it's 92 grains or 93 grains. And they've worked great in 38s. Now I got to work up 357s because, like I said, the Dan Weston, I had it out just using it to make sure that 357s unloaded. Had no problem going into the cylinder, and I couldn't get one all the way in any of the cylinders. And I really didn't shoot that much out of it, so that carbon ring built quick. So I don't want to have to deal with having to clean. The Dan Weston isn't so bad, but the Rossi, to me, that's a tough one to deal with cleaning, carbon rings because you got to take the gun apart to really get in there. And so I'm going to make a tool. I'm going to take an old aluminum rod, for cleaning, thread it on the one end, and I'm going to bend it 90 degrees, thereabouts. It may be, maybe it'll be 50 degrees. I don't know where it's going to be. I'm going to have to figure out the angle. This way I can put a head on the end, put patches into the chamber, to put the cleaner in it, and then I can also screw on any other attachment, a nylon brush or a brass brush, so I can get in there and clean. Because I don't want to take the damn thing apart every time I want to clean it. You really shouldn't be cleaning from the front end. So I would imagine if you do the right thing for the end of your barrel, put a rubber washer around your rod, and you're only working on that end in there, so you're really not going to pull the thing in and out the whole length of the barrel. So you can push the rod past and then pull it back 3 inches and push it back forward and clean that spot as well. But I'm going to try to make a right angle thing going from the chamber so I don't have to take that whole action apart to get in there. So that's about what I'm trying to do.
It's a real thing, guys. Uh, if your gun's rated for 357 Magnum, you can load hotter than what the book says for 38 special, but you got to make sure you got a 357 gun. But yeah, that's another thing we'll talk about more in depth later is the difficulty of removing the bolt to clean a Rossi 92 from the breech, which is the way it's supposed to be done. So yeah, Walks, I'd love to see that 73, 90. Winchester does still make those. They're manufactured in Morocco, Japan now. But they're beautiful guns, very well made. And there's Papa's Place.
On that Rossi, just for the heads up,
Come here. Hey,
The first
come here.
rounds I was shooting were tested were lead rounds. Just powder coated stuff that I had, just testing different lead bullets out to get some definitive uh, chrono readings and stuff, and know where I'm shooting, and everything shot fine. But everything after that, I shot maybe 100, 150 rounds of lead, and then I probably did about 300 rounds of zinc. And all I can tell you is uh, when I put a wet patch down the barrel, down and out, down and out, next patch went and came out clean. So zinc really cleans. That's all I can tell you. A lot less cleanup.
That's good stuff. Good to know.
Yeah, but it's most of you guys have no way to make zinc bullets because you don't have the steel dies you need or a bottom pour pot. So it gets to be a pain in the neck trying to work with a ladle.
I've played with it with 38 special, and man, it's weird the weight difference.
60%.
Well, yeah, it's super weird.
You know what I mean?
But
It's 60%, give or take a couple of grains, but
but they
yeah.
shoot, they shoot.
Oh, yeah. And the best part about it is if you got a decent backstop, you can recover them and shoot them again.
Yep.
That's Papa's place.
That's pretty cool stuff.
I mean, I tried it. It worked. I did a video on it way back when, and they shot. They weren't accurate, but you wouldn't want to be standing downrange because even with a 6-inch group, you're dead.
Yeah, it's enough to scare you.
So it's but you got to work the load just like any bullet. Anything you cast or anything you buy store bought,
Exactly.
you got to make your ladder load and find your node, your accuracy node, and all that stuff. And so it's the same routine. But once you got it, you're good to go. Unless you want
If
to
you
make
got
a
it,
hot,
it's there.
you
Yes,
know,
sir.
unless you want a hotter load, then you got to work that up. That's all. But I did get 2,250 feet per second out of my Rossi.
Wow.
Yeah,
I,
well,
I was just shooting 38 specials and some 44s, wad cutters, and 25 yards. I was like, this is fun, and I don't feel like I'm out anything. I'm not wasting lead or anything like that. I'm reusing wheel weights that I would just be throwing away. So,
that's or sending to me, whichever. And
yes,
I send
sir.
you back 10. I send you back 10, which helps you reload, so there's no problem.
Yes,
I
sir.
still got more zinc coming my way than I can probably ever cast in another 10 years.
Now, Vanessa Kitty, he said 2,200 feet per second out of a 357 Magnum with a 20-inch barrel.
Yeah, they were a little over hot, though. I found out what was wrong, but they should have been around 1,950 feet per second. But it took me a while to figure it out. And when I started taking apart some stuff, I said, this doesn't weigh 7.8 grains.
You know, that 2,200 feet per second, that's closing in on 30 velocities. And
Yeah,
that,
well, it's 300 blackout velocity, too.
I was about to say it could be topping 30 velocities.
no,
What are you talking? What 2350, 2400, maybe 26?
20,
Depends on bullet
26
weight.
is high. 25, 23, 2350, 24, right in there.
Well, depends on bullet weight.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well,
And
see,
that's with a zinc bullet.
the issue that I was having is the loads that gave me 2250 were over max, and not by a little. uh, by, but the
Well,
Rossi handled it. I had a couple of bases that were bulged, and I definitely had flat primers. But there was no other symptom. Everything ejected, no problem. Uh, I only shot five because I said, this ain't right. That's enough.
the thing that I found with zinc is it does not perform at all the way that lead rounds do. Uh, they don't mushroom.
No.
They impact and then go their own way. It's like a Fleetwood Mac song, you know.
Well, if you could drill the tip out and make a hollow point out of it, they will shatter.
Yeah, yeah.
So
They just go their own way.
yeah.
It's not like a driving fist through something. And yes, I have tested it through a couple of hunks of expired meat from the grocery store, and they're just there. They go right through them. Whereas lead will pretty much expand, explode, you know.
Well,
But
yeah, your
yeah,
concept of every bullet though that we deal with, whether it be lead or your hunting rounds, is the expansion. Defense ammo, it is the expansion. That's what you want. What I've got is just more for target shooting.
oh yeah, yeah, it's
You know,
great. Yeah,
now if you're going to go out there and shoot a deer and you want to shoot him in the head, it's all over. It's going to blow his brains out.
and that is true. Yes, yes.
But you shoot him in the heart, he's going because it's not exploding the heart the same way. It's more making a hole, so he's going to run till the blood pumps out, till he bleeds out. So
Yeah, Vanessa, let's call out the side chat and then we'll get to Vanessa Kitty's comment here. Uh, I think CW might have some thoughts on that. I've not chronoed my rifle. Mine's got a 20-inch barrel too. But all right, what should we? AM Gabriel, what should we type in? How about 38? Everybody can spell 38, right? 38.
Well, consider me in on that. I'm scared to touch my phone because right now it's charging. I don't want to disrupt that.
Okay. Uh, Kyle Lusk is in the side chat. He's in the panel, but not the side chat because his phone is on charging. Andy 79Z28 is on the panel in the side chat. He was in first. Bama Dad was next. He's on the panel as well. So is Texas 6. There's M. Gabriel. GGW Outdoors, go dogs. Glenn Davis is out there. Alaska 1, Andy, Bobby Barlow, Edward Petty. Boom is out there. Vanessa Kitty, Rollis Carvelis. Hester the Rebel is on the panel as well. Rich B's out there. KFW, what's going on, bud? M. Gabriel, Dwayne 7834, Red Raider Reloading, what's up, brother? And Walks Fletcher. Vanessa, it's always something with those phones and the chargers, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I've got this magnetic charger and the case to go with it and all that. And every time I connect those, it depletes my battery. I don't know what's going on with that.
There's
But
DW.
everything should be remedied on Tuesday. So
Good deal. DWD37, what's happening, bud? And
Texas 6, This shooting you're doing, you have a power factor you have to make, or
Yeah, but it's really small.
oh, okay. Because I know you load very low charges. I
Yeah, it's like
wonder, I wonder what zinc would produce for you.
I don't know, but you can't use it because they won't let you use
Oh,
nothing
okay.
but pure lead or
Hmm.
lead bullets, not pure lead, but
Is it
lead bullets.
okay?
You know, they don't want to destroy their targets. It costs too much money.
I don't know that the zinc would do anything at the velocity you'd be shooting at. That would have to be a test, but
Yeah, you'd
you
have to
know,
test them and talk to them, and then you're talking about maybe ricochets being that
yeah,
hard.
no, they more likely are going to shatter when they hit the steel, but yeah,
Well,
ricochet is a possibility, I guess.
well,
Yeah,
you got splatter then if it's you know fragmenting up. I was
because
walking away.
I'm shooting at steel at the range, but those are those spinning, it
Yeah,
turns the spinning poles, whatever they call those.
our pistol targets are really close. So
Yeah, that's true.
I was walking away from the unloading bench. Oh, one of the stages last weekend, and the guy was shooting a shotgun, and I got hit in the butt as I was walking away.
That ain't no fun. Why you got the 4.6? Go ahead and tell us about your pistol caliber lever guns.
Pistol caliber. I have two. I got a Henry in 327 Federal and an 1873 and 357. And then the wife's got the Marlin in the 357. So
Are you loading those with 38s or 357s?
38s.
Yeah, that was the earlier conversation, the carbon ring.
The Slick Springs sells a little tool that you can put on a cleaning rod.
Yeah, I have that marked, but
And
I don't know how well. I'm afraid to do it and wind up making my chamber too large.
nah, you ain't gonna make the chamber too large.
Yeah, I found that tool. It wasn't. I was still just leery about using it, and it's got to be a pain in the ass to use on a lever action to get it in from the backside.
Yeah, you got to put it through and screw it on, but it is right-handed, and you just as long as you turn it in that direction, it'll stay on it as you're cleaning that chamber out.
Well, I guess even on a rifle, you can put the cleaning rod down through the front
Yeah,
and then pull back a little bit because you're really not going to put a lot of pressure on it. It's just
no, you're just knocking that carbon out of there.
now what is that stone or whatever they call it made out of? Do you know?
The stone
The
or the
stone that whatever it is that's removing the carbon.
it's steel.
Oh, it's just steel.
Uh huh.
Okay. And what is it? Just abrasive?
No, it's the way it's shaped. It knocks that carbon ring off.
Oh, okay. I never talked to somebody that had one. I just, I've seen it online. I sent a couple of emails, saw a video or two, and I was like, okay, wait, it's not explaining what I wanted to know. So,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it'll show up on this phone or not.
Hmm?
Hold on a minute.
yeah, that's it.
Mm.
Yeah, you put your cleaning rod down through, you screw that into the end of your screening
Yep.
rod, and you just turn it, and it's supposed to clean it out. So,
Yep. And then you got the screwdriver slot on the back. Just put into your pistol cylinders and use the screwdriver on the back side of it.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Let me see if I can find the link. I can post that. Uh, uh, yeah, hold on. I'm going to get the link open. Uh, open. Let's see what we get. That's it. Hold on. I'm going to post a link. Let's see. Let me come over here. Okay, that's the link for that tool. Okay, I clicked close it already. I was. It's not that expensive either.
No, they
What do
make it
they?
for quite a few calibers.
Yeah, it's
They got
$25. It's really not bad. They
they got
got it.
327 Federal, 10 millimeter
Yeah,
auto, 357, 44 Magnum, 45 Colt, and 460 Magnum.
yeah, and the 357 works for 38s.
Right.
For
Well, they're listing the big calibers, and then you clean out the carbon from using the smaller calibers.
right. But yeah, the 357. I mean, it's only $25. It's not bad, but I just never really came across somebody that had one. So I'm glad that the question came up and you were able to answer it.
I don't have one either, but
Oh, I thought you had one.
no, I ain't never bought one of them. But
Oh,
I don't shoot nothing but 38s in our cowboy guns anyway. So
yeah, I really. Well, I still wouldn't want the carbon to build up too much because then you're really in trouble.
yeah, we
But
that my 73, even though it's chambered for 357, you don't want to run hot 357s in it.
no, but it
Not
doesn't
that
have to be a hot 357. If you're loading yourself, you do what you want.
not that toggle links set up.
Yeah, I didn't want to buy the tool till I spoke to somebody who had one who could put me,
It's
make me
simple.
feel
I mean, heck,
comfortable.
that ain't nothing to even make. It's real simple.
Yeah, it's nothing, but I'm just trying to say is that if for $25 you can't go wrong, cost you more
No,
time to make it. But I just wasn't sure if how snug it fits. I mean, if I have a tight chambers, it might be a problem. I don't know.
I have not for sure.
Yeah, so I really don't know. I didn't call and talk to him, but
I know all of their products that I have had is good products.
yeah, okay.
So KFW said he's got the Henry X model in 44 and 357. So there's old one guy. Welcome in, buddy. And Christian had a great lever action. He had the all weather Henry in 44 Magnum. That's his deer hunting rig. Killed biggest
Yes,
trees.
beautiful rifle, beautiful rifle.
He killed the biggest uh, the biggest deer of his career. Not last season, season before. You remember what he was saying, Mike? He showed us a picture of it. Beautiful buck. I think it was from Kentucky. But yeah, he's got it set up in a got a red dot on it, and
Yeah.
he's got it set up nice. It's dead on the money.
That is a beautiful rifle. That's what I actually ordered when I got my Henry 44. Well, I thought that's what I ordered, but I fell in love with what came in. So
Well, his wasn't like his is a gray and green laminated stock, if I remember correct. Doesn't that sound right? Maybe
That
black
sounds
and
right.
gray.
Maybe it was black and gray.
Yeah. If it was green, it was OD green. Anyway, it wasn't like that black plastic or whatever they call it. They wouldn't call it. But yeah, KFW. That's my thoughts too. Is load up weaker Magnum rounds. I mean, you can load Magnum rounds uh, down to 38s or 44 specials.
I'm thumping 268 grain 44 magnums out of mine, and just loading a little bit weaker, and them babies get the job done.
I don't think a deer would know the difference, really.
Nah.
No,
Okay,
KFW,
Glenn.
KFW, I have the Marlin. Uh, I really like it. I've got to do some. I've got to do some load development with it and adjust my sights and get it all set up and everything like that. But if I put a red dot, well, see, mine's walnut and blued steel, so it kind of look uh, crazy with a red dot or something like that on it. I think like a like a 2x10 scope would look okay on it. But those X models are made for those red dots and stuff.
Jamie, we really have to get together. I want to shoot through that scope. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
The one.
The one.
I hope all y'all go watch my video. It's not got a whole lot of plays yet. Of course, it's only been up like, I guess, just a few days, but it's
Yeah,
got
a
less
couple
than
days.
200 views. But it that scope, they just dropped the price of the scope. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
I thought it was a pretty good video, Jamie. I watched it.
I watched it.
Well, thank you.
I want to shoot through it. And then me knowing me, I'm probably gonna want to buy one.
For the price that they just dropped it to, yeah. KFW, I probably will. Good deal, man. Probably going to keep it because there'll be at least one more video about it. I don't think it was on sale, KFW. I think they literally dropped the price to that. If you got the email I got, it was directly from DNT. The email was. So I think it was a price drop, which actually puts it under the comparable Arkin price of the Arkin. So that's pretty cool.
Is that the same price as it is on Jeff Bezos' online superstore?
I have no idea what that means, Mark.
Something like $5.99.
Which model was that scope again?
The one.
The
Oh,
one,
DNT Optics, the
yeah, I
one.
got it. Yeah, that's a big price change.
yeah.
That's still too rich for my blood.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that's the one. KFW. Yeah.
I'll stay with my cheap CV lights. They work great.
I don't even know what it is. I can't look on my phone because my phone won't charge.
We know this, Kyle.
Yes. Yes.
You and your phone and me and my up arrow.
Buy two and send one to me. Mr. Gill, I sure will. Yes, sir.
So
Buy three, it's cheaper.
Jamie,
I,
Arkin dropped
I,
the same
I
truck.
could I could make a joke on that remark, but I'm not going to do it.
Jamie, Arkansas, what they did, and they dropped theirs $20 below D&T.
I saw that just before we went on the air.
Capitalism.
So they dropped the price, plus you get 10% off if you got that email.
Glenn, I got to get my days right here. Let's see. Today's Friday. I think Jamie put the video up on Tuesday, maybe Monday.
Monday or Tuesday. It said 3 days ago.
It's not like Jamie put up 50 videos this week. Come on, it's like the
It shouldn't be that hard to find.
it should be the first one on the list.
Thanks a lot, Andy. Dang.
Well, I don't put up. I put up one every 3 months if I'm lucky.
Yeah,
That's me.
Andy, you ain't wrong.
Not just that, Andy. You got one I'm dying to watch. I saw the thumbnail.
Damn it.
The
I just watched the Rumble one today. It came up on my feed.
yeah, that's the one. The
Arkin and the Arkin.
Athlon.
Athlon and
Athlon versus Quick Loads.
Quick
It's
Close.
on
Yeah.
YouTube as well. It's been there. I put it. It's been on YouTube about 2 weeks before it was up on Rumble. I don't go on Rumble that often. It's oh shit. I got to go there and load that up. It's not a video where you're going to see the chrono working and stuff. I wrote all the numbers down on paper, and I'm just kind of reading you the results. It's like 15 minutes long, but it's a lot of rounds I went through. So, and I'm gonna next outing is going to be 3006 with the zinc, and maybe 300 blackout. And oh no, I did 300 blackout. 223, and then probably with the Rossi again with different loads.
And Bulldog, yes, I could always use a hug. I am very comfortable in myself as a human being, and I would not mind whatsoever giving you a hug. Anyway, moving on.
Thank you.
That's it, Glenn. It's it's about the meetup, and it's a scope review video in one. There's a link to it, but please don't watch now. Wait till after we get done. There's new text I can. Tell them we said happy birthday. Yeah, Ross, I didn't want to do that. A lot of the guys that are doing reviews on that scope are comparing it to the Arkin. X-Ring did that. And like if I did a review of the Arkin, I probably wouldn't mention the D&T. But they're very comparable in quality.
If I was going to spend that much on a scope, I'd rather buy another gun.
Yeah.
I'm not shooting. I'm not shooting 1,000-yard targets anymore. So I mean,
Well, if you shoot 25 yards, it's a
50.
moot point.
I'm mostly shooting 50-yard targets. Every now and then I go to the 200-yard just to see if I can still hit it, and that's with the equipment I have, and I don't have a problem. So that's
25 yards, you don't need an $800 scope.
Well, I mean,
25 yards, you don't need a scope.
Thank you.
He's not wrong.
Well, when you get older, you do.
No, you don't.
It's called a Lyman peep. There you go.
I can put it to you like this. I can take a 22 and a damn carrot peeler and use that for a scope. I can get you at 20 yards. Okay, moving on.
I'm gonna
That's
start.
an interesting concept.
I'm gonna start sending Andy all my used toilet paper rolls with the toothpicks jammed in them, so they're crossed like that. I did that on 300 blackout. I showed that. Everybody was talking about cheap scopes, and I was like, "Here, guys, here's one you can't beat." And
DWD37 has an interesting question. What do y'all think about Ruger buying Anderson?
we're still trying to figure that one out, Ben.
Uh, last I heard, we're getting a bad echo.
We got a bad feedback.
Not it.
To go away.
Seems like it.
Seems like. So last I heard, Anderson was about to come out with a bolt-action precision rifle for long range, but that never materialized.
I see.
And I was really looking forward to that, being the budget-minded person that I am. Yeah, you know, D-Dub, part of me thinks that's Ruger pulling a Winchester from the 1800s, buying up the competition. Because, if Anderson wasn't making a halfway decent rifle for what they sell those for, Ruger'd sell a whole lot more of theirs.
Well, and we thought about it as Ruger's got their AR market covered, and it's not extensive, but it's there. Why would they buy Anderson other than just to shut them down and say, "Shoo, go away, kid, you bother me"? I
Anderson's
don't
got a
know.
foundry though.
Yeah, I was say, don't they supply a lot of the
They do. They do.
to
They
I
other?
don't think
absolutely
Ruger.
do.
I don't think Ruger cast
That's
their.
probably what it
Ruger's
is.
a
Shut
cheap.
them down, and that eliminates a lot of other companies.
Yeah, that could be it.
That's a good thought.
I think the bolt action rifle thing might have got their attention, though, Jamie. You know?
Yeah,
They're gonna come out with a bolt action. We're gonna buy them out.
Well, Bear Creek's already got one.
Palmetto State says they're about to put one out too.
Yep.
Well, guys, I'm going to bail out. I got to get up early tomorrow. So
Well,
everybody have a great week. We'll see you next time.
We'll see
all
you,
right.
Andy.
Thank you for
Good
being
night,
here,
Andy.
Andy. We
Good night,
appreciate it.
everyone. I'll be in a side chat for another 5 minutes or so, and then I'm gone.
All right, man. See you next week.
Good to see you, Andy.
So, yeah, that's an interesting concept and an interesting question, D-Dub. Thanks for bringing that in. And all you guys, y'all got, yeah, he builds on that. Ruger never sold parts like Anderson.
I'm gonna miss buying Anderson parts, and
I got my lower one day when they was having a flash sale from Primary Arms, $25.
Yeah, it's amazing how much lowers have gone up.
Yeah.
When I got mine, I bought a Palmetto State. I think I paid like $25-$30 for it.
Yeah,
You can't do it now. Now they're like 80 to 100.
and PA it's a little drive for me, but I'd say about an hour drive over there to them, and I went over and picked it up, so it didn't cost me nothing for shipping or transfer fees or anything.
Very cool. So, Ozark Spirit. Chico was in the side chat earlier this evening, and Nathan. I haven't seen or talked to Nathan in way too long. I need to reach out and try to get in touch with him. Andy said Chico was here earlier, and I wish they would, but they won't. I think one of the reasons why 35 Remington is such a dying on the vine, as they say, is it ain't that a lot of them aren't out there. There's quite a few guns out there, but nobody's making any ammo for it. If they would make more frequent runs of ammunition for 35 Remington, maybe more people would make them.
They got to have those Creedmooreds and stuff nowadays.
They
They
need
don't,
more.
30
Yep.
they don't need no 35 rim. They got the Needmores.
I've got both. I shoot the 6.5 Creedmoor 1,000 yards, and it does very well at that. If I'm gonna kill a deer, I'm taking either 270 or 35 Remington all day, every day. So
Jamie was the first 6.5 Creedmoor I've ever shot, and I felt a little sullied. I felt like I needed a shower.
see, those PRC cartridges interest me, but already having 6.5 Creedmoor stuff, I would probably go with 6.5 PRC only because I already have so many bullets.
It's a nice cartridge. So is that 6.57? You took the 7 PRC and necked it down.
Mm-hmm.
A number of the guys are shooting that in competition.
Yeah.
I don't know what the specs are on that 6.5 WSM I've got at the shop, but good Lord, I imagine it's a zipping.
Yeah, it's got to be at least 264 Win Mag numbers, which is
You know it is.
pushing 32 for a 140.
Yeah. It's got to be impressive.
You just got to have a barrel that'll stabilize it, though, especially at that speed.
Well, faster makes it easier.
Yeah. Faster the speed, the longer bullet you can shoot and stabilize.
Right. Well, you just got to have the right barrel twist in the rifling. You just got to
Yeah,
have
that's right.
right twist. And one thing I'm learning as I go shooting long distance stuff is a bigger, heavier barrel is important too. Because my barrel is, it's a heavier barrel than the regular Ruger Americans, but it heats up quick. And a bigger, heavier barrel heats slower. I agree, KFW. 6.5. Well, we were talking about that earlier. Was it me and you, Bama Dad, that was talking about that? How that the 243 to 284 seems to be a sweet spot for accuracy.
Wasn't me.
From 6 to 7 millimeter, and everything in between just seems like it's that sweet spot for accuracy.
Well, my understanding was the 7 millimeter held the BC, best one for a long time.
Yep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
243 has a sweet spot up to a mile. And I mean, it's like a 270, just straight line, boom. You don't have to arc it in. Now 308, you gotta be LeBron James and just arc that sucker in. You know, maybe you hit the 3, maybe you don't. But yeah, 243, that it's like a 270, straight line.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that shot personally to shoot 7 millimeter out to a mile, but from what I hear, it's a great round for a mile. We'll know soon.
If I was going to shoot a mile with a 6 millimeter, it wouldn't be with as accurate as they are. It wouldn't be a BR. It'd be a 6.284 or 243 or something in that realm. Knowing that I'm going to get 700 shots out of it, that's about it.
Yeah, highly specific. You know, highly specialized.
Yes,
You build it for that, and that's just the way
that's
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that CW? What's that cartridge that? Oh crap. What's that GAP group built? It's a 6 millimeter something or another, and you have to rent the reamer from them. When you're building a rifle, they don't sell any reamers. They were into that short mags, like Sherman short mag stuff and all that. I can't recall their name right off the
It
bat.
kind of rings a bell, but I'm not remembering either.
Yeah, but it's kind of the same as David Tubb. You know, he built a hot rod 6 millimeter, and if you kind of looked at it, it was like that's a pretty efficient looking shell. Yeah, I know I have to rent the reamer from Tubb, but I could buy a 243 and compete with it. You know, they're about as hot. You know, I'm a 6 millimeter nut if you can't tell. So
Yeah, that's fine. They zip out there and they work well. But that was my point. That 243 to 287 range right there seems to be really good accuracy. GGW here. Uh, I read Hornady ran some new 35 Remington brass, so I emailed them about running 30 Remington. They said no. Uh, this should be an inspiration to us. That's the worst case scenario. They say no, right? I mean, don't be
Exactly.
afraid to get in
Yeah.
touch with these manufacturers, guys. Let them know what you want, because if they don't, we don't let them know what we want and what we need, then we're never going to see it. So if enough of us reach out to these people and let them know, we'll get some traction and start seeing more of what we're into.
Especially companies like Starline that do run things that we're needing once in a while. The more you call them, and the more you pester them, and the more you ask,
Very true.
the farther up the ladder it goes to getting actually done.
Ozark said he shot it out to 1,000, not a mile. You can snack on a sandwich waiting to hear that freedom sing back. What are we talking about?
Probably
Let the freedom ring, baby.
7 millimeter PRC is what he was talking about.
That's what I thought. And Senior Master Sergeant Bulldog 79 bought a Carcano for $30. You can't do that anymore. So GGW, everyone please email Hornady for 30 rim, please. There's got to be something else you can make it out of, GGW. Probably 308.
No, it's too big.
Too big around.
Yeah, it's the 10 millimeter case.
yep.
Of course, 10 millimeter case is too short, but that's the case head size.
So Ozark says 6 arc is a fun round, and he wants one in a bolt gun. I know somebody's got one.
Yeah, you got to shoot it.
I did, and yeah, it's fast.
A lot of
He
fun.
said, "Woody woo."
A lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. But that was a fun trip. I guess the big question is, after Rebels had a week or two or to think about it.
Mhm.
Are you going to have us back again?
Why, good Lord, yeah. And I hope I feel better this time, and I'd love to have made y'all breakfast. I got to make you supper, but I like cooking for people.
Well, you can make me breakfast tomorrow. That'd be fine.
Get,
I
get,
get up at
get,
4 o'clock in the morning. So,
well, you got to get your ass up here and back first,
Yeah.
mm,
because I ain't coming down there.
damn it.
30 cases, but you have to trim the base. You're going to have to find a machinist to do that for you, GGW. Somebody with a lathe. Somebody like old Texas 6 over there could do that in half a heartbeat. Bunch of them.
Yeah, I could probably do it, but it ain't that easy.
Really?
No, because you're trying to hold a taper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once you spend the hour and a half getting everything set up, the next 15 minutes ain't nothing.
Imagine you could do it in a pop collet.
Yeah.
You
That's
know how
pretty
much.
cool.
You know
Thank
how
all
much.
you guys for your comments out there, man. Hasn't it been fun uh, dealing with some of their ideas? Oh, and by the way, CW, you haven't told us about your pistol caliber lever actions yet.
Oh, no, I
Damn
haven't.
it.
Well,
Front and center, sir.
I don't have. I got a 3220, but that's not a pistol caliber. But I don't have a 32 lever rifle, other than that 3220s. 57s, 41s, 44s, 45s, 54s. It's a real favorite of mine.
Well, they did make several models of Smiths in those 3220s pistols. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I just mean a 3220 isn't a pistol caliber.
right? It's not.
I thought it was interesting going over all those lever guns and figuring out that those aren't necessarily pistol calibers. They were kind of formed to shoot in those levers, and then, uh, yeah,
Well, like the 44
4440.
is
yeah.
a rifle cartridge. Are designed. It came in a lot of pistols because of its size and it's technically a rifle, but Colt made pistols. 3220.
I, I thought that was a whole interesting concept to me. Some of the things that we just accept as uh, pistol rounds were actually shot in those lever actions first. That's just how my mind works.
They're a lot of fun because you pick up upwards of 400, maybe a little more feet per second because of the longer barrel with the hotter loads, especially in the magnums, and it changes the whole dynamic of the cartridge. I mean, anybody who shot a 44 mag in a 94 or a knows that wallps you pretty good. I mean, got substantial recoil, and it's primarily because of the design of the stock. The drop in the stock and the design of the rifle. But when you think of it shot in a pistol, the heavy loads recoil a little bit, but they don't seem to be the same as they are out of a rifle. They really They can really thump you
Yeah.
in the Winchester.
44 Magnum especially. I was surprised at the recoil out of the rifle.
Yeah,
And, it ain't like,
and it's largely because of the design. Like you shoot a 44 mag in a bolt action rifle, and it doesn't seem like it's the same cartridge. It's much easier to handle, much less on your shoulder. It's just the design of the stock and the way it handles and controls recoil
I
makes a
can
big
see,
difference.
because a lot of them got those half moon things,
Oh
crescent.
yeah, the early stocks. Yeah.
Not the half moon things.
Them old muzzleloader stocks, Kyle.
I know.
Those that are pinty.
You forget I'm not as young as you think I am, sir.
I know. And I'm every bit as old as you think I am. So.
Well, I wasn't going to say that.
And I feel every bit of it. You wait, I'm gonna make a toilet paper roll scope for Andy. So help me God.
Oh,
I'm catching up to you, though, Mike. I'm catching up.
What are you doing?
I'm knocking on 50.
You got a ways. You'll catch up after I'm
Yeah.
done got my rewards.
I'll get there. I'll get
Yep.
there.
Well, hey, there ain't no guarantee,
That's true. That's true.
We're already there. Ain't no guarantee you're gonna get there.
Yeah.
yeah, that's one I'd like to have down the road too. GGW, CW's is gorgeous, and it's that stock he's got on it. I know it is.
Which one is that? I'm not reading the side chat.
The Rossi, it says
454.
R95 and 454.
Brian, we're talking about you, not to you.
All right. That's
Love
all right.
you, mean it.
Just don't call me late for dinner. That's all.
I understand. Yeah, only 50. Yeah.
2520. So KFW just put a Midwest Industry stocking side saddle ammo holder on his Henry 357.
That's what. No, he had a Ranger Point. Christian had
Yeah.
on his 44. He had Ranger Point stuff.
Does anybody have a 3220?
I got a couple of them. What are you looking for? Bolt action, lever action, handgun. What are you looking for?
I would like to have one.
Oh, well, good luck. Marlin made the classics in 3220. You can get the Winchester, a number of models in 3220 they made. There's reproductions, Uberti and such. They make them. Who else makes 30? There's a didn't Browning have that single shot? The high wall, the low wall.
I think the low wall. I think.
Yeah.
I just sold a Smith and Wesson hand ejector in 3220.
I made I had a barrel made for a H&R single shot that I still have in 3220. They used a smelly barrel, SMLE Enfield barrel, and made up a barrel, and that shoots really well, and it has advantage because of the twist rate it's a lot faster than the typical 32-20 twist rate. So I can shoot 150 grain bullets in it, and they stabilize and shoot well.
Mm.
I would love to have a 32-20.
Well, keep your eyes open. They're not, they're not hen's teeth, but they're around.
Yeah, just
It's
like
a nice
everything
start.
else. I mean,
Start
if
looking
you
for
look
brass,
around and
because
they're there.
brass is harder to find in the gun.
Yeah, yeah, that part.
Yeah, I can't wait till somebody makes a lever action force 460 and 500. They got to be thinking about it if
They
they.
already do,
They do
James.
big armory, big armory.
Uh,
What's
was it
something armory?
I was about to
Dakota?
say that
Dakota Arms out west.
there's a
Make,
place out in Vegas that's already making them.
yeah, that
Yeah, that
I had
place
a
that was in Alaska that moved to Vegas.
yeah I had a
Southwest Armory or something like that.
I had a customer of mine brought one in. He just bought, and he already had the sling on it. They had big medicine stamped on it.
Or
Whoa.
maybe it's Wild West Guns.
That's what I
That's
was.
that's the outfit I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy of mine used to work there. He used to build them. He said, I can ship you one piece by piece.
That thing was stout looking. I'm gonna tell you, it was well made, smooth.
It's on the 86 action, isn't it, Mike? I think it's a 9086.
It looked to be. It was not definitely not on the 92. It was wider and it
Yeah,
wasn't much longer, but it was beefier. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
Well,
almost for certain.
actually, it had the locking action, like the we were just talking about the
It had
lever
a
gun with
well, it
the.
had a bolt like a Marlin. It looked like I thought, but I didn't. I didn't look to see if it was a toggle or
Oh, it's not a toggle.
yeah. It had the index off the lever.
I'd have to get with my guy and talk to him, but he was making some beautiful rifles. Jesus.
But that's pure custom made to order. You know, I would think. I don't know. He didn't tell me how much you paid for it. I didn't ask.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, they were ignorant expensive. Like
Ignorant.
first numbers of 4.
Yeah, yeah. I can believe it. I can believe it. Hello.
What the hell's going on? That's not fireworks.
Gangland shooting.
We lost somebody.
Uh,
By my dad. Maybe he'll
Bama
come
Dad.
back. There he is. There he is back. What
Guess we had a power glitch.
Uh-oh. So,
Yeah, mine did the same thing a little bit ago, but I'm on a laptop, so it didn't matter.
so Bama Dad, you got any pistol caliber lever actions?
No, I don't have any lever action.
What? Oh my goodness! We
The
have to get you
sputter,
schooled
no
up.
lever. I let a good deal pass through my hands to give it off to a friend. Let him take opportunity to get it. That's the closest I've come. I got to do something about that.
It happens.
Yeah,
I
we'll fix that.
I've kind of like I've been looking at those tactical lever guns. I kind of like those. Was it
The
Mad?
30-30s.
No, it's 4570 is mag What was it? Mad Pig Customs, I think.
Oh, you got to dig deep for those.
Yeah, I don't want to. I probably won't go that route. I'll probably I'll probably build one.
Well,
That's
uh,
almost a lottery gun. Those mad pigs.
Woo.
Rossi and Henry both make a what they call the X model or the black model or whatever.
Well, I've got a good contact at Midwest Industries. I can get all the furniture and everything for it to build one out. I just need the base rifle.
Buy you buy your Rossi,
Nothing wrong with the
preferably
Rossies.
preferably an old one.
Well,
I don't know if they make anything that'll go on the Rossi at Midwest.
If they
Most
make
of the
lever gun furniture, they got to make Rossi stuff because they're the most popular ones out there.
mostly all they do is Marlin and
Henry,
Henry, and I think they're working on Smith and Wesson.
Well, they'll have Rossi. They'll have Rossi somewhere. Or you can
Oh,
just start duct taping AR parts. Just
Walk says
use black
Walk,
tape, dude.
Walk says we gotta kick Bama Dad off the chat because he don't have any levers.
Nah, we don't
Uh,
discriminate. We encourage.
right, right. See, if we kicked him off, Walks, he wouldn't have our influence of love of levers to help him along life's path.
Lever love,
So
baby.
uh, G23, they actually do. Uh, I've seen some on either classic firearms or very low price lever actions. I want to say G-Force. Is that one?
That's a pretty low price one. It's Turkish made.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't knock those Turkish made
No,
firearms.
no, you can't knock them. I sell the poop out of them.
I'm telling you, I've had a couple of Turkish 1911s, and they rival my Colt. They're not as slick, not as smooth, but I've had a lot of work done to my Colt. But they're nothing to sneeze at. You pick one up for a couple $100, and you can improve on it from there. But Jamie, I think it is time for our verse of the night.
Yeah, it is. Uh, there you go. G23, check out GGW says Palmetto State Armory has them. Uh, they're
G-Force.
not sub 5. I'll put it that way. They are sub 5. They're not sub 3. Anyway, here we go. Our verse of the week. As y'all know, we're trying to do some Old Testament stuff. And as I was searching the dark recesses of my mind, I thought, what could be more appropriate than the Ten Commandments from the Old Testament? Uh, y'all probably gonna think I'm silly, but we're going to do the Ten Commandments one by one. What do y'all think? Is that a good idea?
Sounds
Preach
good
on
to
it.
me.
Sounds fine.
Cool.
Okay. So
Everybody got to raise their hand at the end, and if we broke it,
you broke every one of them in one form or fashion or the other.
oh, don't I know this?
But that's one of the things we're going to get into in the comments. And the Lord spoke these words, saying, I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me. Now, y'all gonna have to understand the way ancient civilizations worked. They had a god for everything. They had a god of fertility. They had a god of the sun. They had a god of the moon and all this other stuff. But God made everything, and He chose to reveal Himself to mankind through the nation of Israel, through the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So, find some notes from Guzik here. Um, God spoke all these words. This God-based moral code set the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, apart from the commonly worshipped gods of the pagan world at that time. They they were often just as immoral or more immoral than their human followers, the gods were. So this God based moral code also established that this people, this nation of Israel, belonged to God and not to Moses. This wasn't Moses' law, though we often casually refer to it as such. Rather, God spoke all these words, and Moses, nor any other man, was never to think of himself or allow others to think of him as above the law. God was above all, and his law was and is the expression of his will. Now, we've got some people in a certain place that think they're above the law, and y'all all know what I'm talking about.
You leave DC out of this.
So, so God spoke all these words. It's important for us to know, understand, receive, and obey all these commandments in a fully biblical perspective. Also, taking into account that the rest of the book of Exodus and the New Testament tell us about the law of God. The Ten Commandments were never given with the thought that one might earn heaven by obeying them all perfectly or adequately. The covenant God made with Israel at Mount Sinai was much bigger than the law, though that was its first and perhaps most dramatic aspect. Another aspect of the covenant was sacrifice, which was given because both God and Israel knew that it was impossible for them to keep this law perfectly, and that they must depend on the sacrifice of an innocent victim as a substitute for the guilty lawbreaker. In this sense, the Ten Commandments were like a mirror that showed Israel their need for sacrifice or atonement. So, in the ancient world, including Egypt, men worshiped many gods. Here, Yahweh, the Lord, the covenant God of Israel, set himself apart from the other supposed deities. In these first few words, God both reminded and taught Israel essential facts or principles about who he is and about his nature. He's above nature. He's not merely the personification of fire or the wind or the sun or the sky or any other created thing. He is personal. He is not a depersonalized force. He relates with and communicates to man in an understandable way. God has a mind, a will, a voice, and so forth. God is good. He had done good for Israel and now does good for them in giving these commands, the keeping of which not only pleases him, but is genuinely best for humanity. And God is holy. He is different than the supposed gods of the pagans. and he therefore also expects his people to be different. Who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage? This is important. Before God commanded anything of Israel, he reminded them what he had done for them. This was a clear foundation because of who God is and what he has done for us. He has the right to tell us what to do, and we have the obligation to obey him. You shall have no other gods before me. This first commandment logically flowed from understanding who God was and what he had done for Israel. Because of that, nothing was to come before God, and he was the only God we worship and serve. In the days of ancient Israel, there was great temptation to worship the gods of materialism, such as Baal, the god of weather and financial success, and sex, such as Ashtoreth, the goddess of sex, romance, and reproduction, or any number of other local deities. We are tempted to worship the same gods, but without the old fashioned names and images. It is it has been said, perhaps first by John Calvin, that human nature is like an idol factory that operates constantly. We constantly deal with the temptation to set all kind of things before or competing with God and his preeminent place in our life. Questions or comments?
It's I look at it kind of a simplistic viewpoint is and where it says, "I am the Lord your God." Lord meaning I rule your life. You surrender everything to me because I am your God. I own everything. I create everything. I created you. And I always wondered why he put the Lord your God. Because, growing up, they kind of meant the same thing in my mind, but they're not the same thing. You can acknowledge God, that there's a God. That doesn't mean you've made him the Lord of your life. Surrendering to something to totally rule your life means that he is your Lord. Just like the landlord is the ruler of the land, or the ruler of your house, owns the building you live in or whatever. So it's one, you're acknowledging him. And when it says, have no other gods before me, and if you notice, they used gods at the little g. I don't really know if that's the way it was in the original, you know, ancient text or not. But in all the translations where it says other gods, it's always a little g. So it's not just talking about, like you're talking about like Asherah. It's not just talking about, like a Greek god or a Egyptian god or a Babylonian god. It's anything that you put ahead in your life before God, whether it's money, friendships, anything else. Anything can take place, can become your God with a little g. Where you say, basically, where you say, even circumstances in your life, where you say, a lot of times we'll put God on a shelf and say, well, I get back to you. I got to deal with this right now. You made the total worst mistake. Go with God first, and He'll deal with it.
That's exactly what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime you do that, you've put something ahead of God. So it's not just saying that you're worshiping some false God or some pagan God. It's anything you put above Him, whether it's fear, whether it's lust, whether it's anything. You can
Work, wives, children,
Yeah,
anything.
And Jamie, you talk about human nature. Uh, the good Lord knows our nature. I mean, my God, He made us, and He made us that way on purpose. But what's the best? If me and you invented a new baseball hat and we were going to advertise it, what sells the best? Sex. Whether it be a scantily clad young lady
Or
or
whether it's a chrome silhouette of a dancing girl that's on the mud
sure,
flap of a truck.
it sells universally, and it catches people's attention. And I'm not saying just because a scantily clad woman on a billboard catches your attention, it means that you know you're a terrible sinner and you're going to hell or anything. I'm just saying that's our nature,
Well,
and so it's easy
that's
to
an
fall into. You know,
that is a major trap for men in this country.
yep.
If you notice, I mean, the internet reached the pinnacle of where we can do what we're doing right now because of pornography. That technology, it went from when I started in computer science, I started programming on punch cards. You wanted to write a program, you got a box of blank cards, you put them in a card writer, and you sat down and you typed it in, and it punched the cards out for you, and it stacked them in order. Then, when you wanted to run that program, you had to stack those cards in it, and it would read those cards off, and that would load your program into the computer. So now we're sitting here talking to each other live. That technology exists because of pornography. Basically, let's put it like it exists because of lust, and it's the downfall of our country right now. We're the number one consumer of child pornography in the world.
With pornography, period.
Well,
You know,
pornography, period. But I think we all can agree the worst case of that, the
oh
worst
yeah,
thing in the world, is hurting an innocent child, and it has become. That's why we're becoming hated in the rest of the world, even though that kind of is typical in a lot of parts of the third world. So that kind of thing it has become a god to the world. Basically, if you're taking part in it, you're serving the god of this world, who is Satan. He is, this is his. That's why God's going to destroy it. I don't want to be here when that destruction takes place. I'm one of those guys. It's like, how does that old saying go? It's I'm believing that it's pre-tribulation. I hope God sustain me if it's mid-tribulation, and I hope I die quick if it's post-tribulation
Yeah.
before we leave this earth. But I don't want to. I don't want to be here to suffer in that. I don't believe that people who are called by His name and are covered in His blood are going to suffer that.
I hope not.
I hope not. I don't know. I'm not a Bible scholar, and there's as many Bible scholars that say for each one of the three
Theories.
predestinations, the three theories, whether it's pre, post, or tribulation, or pre, mid, or post tribulation. There's a group of scholars for each one that will sit there and fight each other to death over something stupid. The thing is, Jesus says, "Trim your wicks, be ready, because I come like a thief in the night." And if we do anything that takes God out of being number one in our life and being our Lord, we've messed up. That's why it's the first one.
That's it.
I'm off my soapbox.
Well, we got about 13 minutes to clear out of here for our buddy Chad, and over on Let's Talk About Bench Rest. Uh, those guys amaze me. But we'll go ahead and start going through the room and give them the floor over there if y'all still up. And And if you can, go over and check Chad and them out. And if you watch my video, I'd appreciate that too. Uh, I got I got nothing for doing that. If I want to keep that scope, they'll give me a discount. That's all I got for doing the video. And I really like that scope, and I hope I'm able to work it out the where I can. So totally unbiased. I know CW shot with the scope, and Rebel did too, and I think Gene did. I don't know if Christian did or not, but guys, y'all got to start making your plans for next year because we had a big old time, and we hope more y'all can come next time. I love that parable, Tim, the 10 virgins. So thanks, Glenn. All right, who wants to go first? Bama Dad, start getting us out of here. What you got coming up next week?
I'm just still, as far as occupying time, I'm still restoring a 1946 Craftsman drill press.
Yeehaw! How's the rifle
And,
build?
and I'm building a induction annealer.
Dang, man. You need to
I've got
build me one of them.
I've got the PCB board soldered up. I'm ready to start putting it together. I've got to wind a copper coil, which is not easy. I mean, every time I've tried it, the copper collapses, and that defeats the whole purpose because it's got to have water running through it.
So, how's the rifle build come? Done anything else?
No, I'm leaving it in the box till I get the scope.
Well,
I got a thing from Amazon that the scope I was going to get, what is it?
Discovery.
Yeah, the Discovery. For some reason, they had to cancel the order. It wasn't nothing to do with me. It was something to do with Discovery. So I don't know what's going on with that. But for something I want to shoot a mile at, shoot a mile, I don't know if Discovery is what I want.
Yeah. You could do a lot worse than this one. But
Although that's about $150 more than the Discovery.
yeah, well, the price just dropped.
Was
I
it?
had this conversation with Gene when he was
Yeah,
putting
we'll talk
together
about it
his,
afterwards. We
and
can't
it's
talk
exactly
about
the
price.
same thing. I like my Monstrums, I like my Discoveries, I like a lot of these other inexpensive scopes that I buy. But if I'm buying one or building a rifle for a mile or even 100,000 yards, it's not going to be one of those.
Yeah, no.
Nothing against them. It's just everybody has their forte. You don't run the Indianapolis 500 with a Yugo.
No,
No, you don't. But
No, it'll probably cross the finish line, but there's better choices, and that's as simple as that. It's not taken away from anybody. It's just there's better choices.
yeah, I mean, you're talking about a sub $300 scope.
Yeah.
But you got to put that in its proper place.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. It's great. It's a nice scope. It'll do probably most of what you needed to do. But if you're building a 1,000-yard gun, not what you want.
Nope.
Mm.
Let's put it this way. I've been shooting 1,000 yards with an Arkin scope that I really like, and it works. It does what I need it to do. Is there more expensive scopes that would probably do better and look better down the range? Absolutely, absolutely. Uh, so
Arkin hits above its weight.
I think it does too, and I think that this one does the same thing. This is not a sub sub 300, 200, whatever you want to call it. But would I like to have a Night Force or a Savaski or something like? Absolutely, I would love to. Uh, my point is, hey, lever gun's 50. I bet you're still in the Philippines, ain't you? All right, and this is my final thought on that: is that I've been doing it. It's been working well, but I've never broken 2 MOA with that arc and scope at dead zero. So
And
y'all,
I and that was I shot your gun. That was a great. There's nothing wrong with that scope, but I didn't see anything wrong with it.
No, I
But
don't think there is. But I also think it's probably about, I won't say bottom, but where I'd start looking for 1,000 yard scope.
yeah, that's that's as low as you can go, and like I said, I've not broken 2 MOA with it yet. Is it me? I think I've got more to do with it than the scope or the rifle or the loads. I think the rifle and me is the major problem. If I had a better rifle, if I didn't have such an astigmatism, yeah, I'd probably do it. And we're running out of time. So go for it, Six. What you got coming up this week?
Oh, we gotta do some more reloading. We got a lot of reloading done this past weekend. Got some more to do. Uh, I got a video I'm gonna do probably Sunday morning. I got a challenge that was sent to me, and it's only for air guns. I guess you could use 22s if you wanted to, but I'm gonna try to do that Sunday morning. Other than that, really ain't got much else going on. Just working. I'm getting swamped with work, so.
Well, there you go. So you got no cowboy match tomorrow?
No, no match tomorrow. We may run up there and do a little testing because I had a pistol breakdown on me. I think I got it fixed. She wants to practice with her rifle because that's what's slowing her down right now. So
That'll
be a
be
quick
fun.
one 'cause- it'll be a quick one because we got to go there, get back. She's got 2 jobs tomorrow to work. So
Very good. Thank you for being here, man.
thanks for letting me be here.
Rebel, what you got coming up?
Uh, just another week of work. I hope I can squeeze in a maybe evening of fishing, but they're calling for a lot of thunderstorms next week. We'll just have to see what happens. I know a lot of guys here that are on the side chat that don't know me. Listen to me make comments. They probably think I'm a scope snob. And I only brought out one rifle when we had the rebel shoot at my club. I figured I was the host. I'd bring out a rifle for everybody to play with if they wanted to, and um, but I was to let them shoot and host everything and make sure everybody was comfortable. And the rifle I did bring out had a night force on it, and Jamie got to look through it. It's not that I'm a rich guy. I make less money than 99% of the people probably on this forum. Um, However, I'm in the business to where if a deal comes up on something like that, I'm there. I'm the vulture. I'm sitting on the power line going, "Caw, caw." I'll pick that dead body. And I was there when the guy offered me a good price on that used night force. I said, "You gonna sell the rifle as is, or you want to separate the scope and the rifle because you'll make more money?" He said, "Well, what do you think? I'm selling it through you." And I said, "I want the scope. Make a price." And he made the right price. And the SVH line of the night forces, yeah, they're expensive. They're in the eights, and but if you found a used one that was scratched a little bit, whatever, you're you talking about if you had a little mad money saved up, you're there. And it's not just Night Force. There's a lot of good target scopes and hunting scopes out there that are really premium that you can get used um, at a great price. You got to be careful. There's some. I've run into a fake Leupold Mark IV, and I run into a.
Really?
Oh yes, they're very common, more common than you think, and they will have a serial number. Um,
They're
but
just all the
there's
same.
yeah, exactly, CW. And I've run into a fake. Oh, help me, CW. Name off some European scopes.
Schmidt
Um,
Bender.
no,
Collis,
what it wasn't that
um,
high dollar. It was
Zeiss.
a Zeiss.
Zeus.
Yes, and Trent bought it from a customer, and he didn't know the customer is a good customer of ours, and he didn't know where his wife bought it. Well, come to find out, she bought it at a flea market, and that thing was as Chinese up as it could be, and a little harder to tell, than the Leupold, because the Leupold's a very high end scope. But you start looking at little things like it didn't have Allen wrenches for the turret; it had flathead screws. Leupold don't do that. And this, that, back and forth. But enough of that. I can go on about that forever. We got to get out of here. CW to you, my friend.
Well, I've got videos backed up again. I've been slipping them in between. So I think I got a video every day next week. I got some exciting things going on, but nothing that I'm going to divulge yet. But stay tuned because, it'll pop up on your channel and you will say, oh, look at there. CW's up to it again. So, yeah. But we're having fun, staying busy, and living life,
And
Pushing
Uncle
the cat.
Bob's still asking questions.
Oh yeah, he's driving me nuts. Driving me nuts.
I love that old dude.
He wants one of them rifles down there in the worst way, but he can't decide. And then he said, I remembered it this way, and I remembered it that way, and I thought it was this, I thought it was that. I said, well, you looked at too many damn rifles. You're mixing them all up.
Yeah, he's on the 22 BRDX now.
Yeah, did he call you?
No, he ain't called me.
Yeah, he's going back and forth and trying to figure it out and decide and see where he goes.
Yeah.
Cool. So, you done?
I think so.
Are you sure?
No.
Golly, this has been a fun one tonight, guys. Thanks for the input from the side chat. Thanks for you guys on the panel being here to help me out. Some of the guys are missing. Glenn Davis wants to know what that was. It was a Trigicon, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a Chinacon.
Very good. All right, so golly,
Calm.
we said we were going to do something. Here we go. May the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. We hope the Lord blesses y'all real good. And if he's willing, we'll see you next Friday night at 8 o'clock. Say good night, y'all.
God
Good
bless
night,
everyone.
y'all.
All right.